Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Shite podcast show. Mark Kearns with you on episode 103. I'm joined by Spencer and Gus.
Hello.
And we're going to be talking about comic books today, guys.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. I was meant to, as like kind of homework for the show, I was meant to go see the new Spider-Man Far From Home.
You didn't manage, no?
No, I didn't manage to do it. Like, you were like messing me to it. Have you seen it yet? And I was like, no, not yet. I was meant to go over the weekend. And then I just went up to yours and started drinking. Instead of going to say so.
That's my fault.
Kind of blaming you on that one. Yeah, but I haven't got a chance to see it. So I think there will be spoilers because
Possibly, because I have a lot to say about it.
Yeah, you spoil away because like in terms of this kind of movies, I don't really mind them being spoiled too much.
It's hard to avoid spoilers with just social media these days as well. A lot of stuff in that movie was spoiled for me before I even went to see it.
Yeah.
Especially the post-credit scenes, which really blew me away. But it's probably the most comic. Well, I don't know. Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 is still probably number one, but for a Spider-Man movie, it was very true to the source material. And Mysterio, Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio was mind-blowingly
Yeah,
good.
what was Mysterio like? Because that'd be one that I'd be probably most worried about. Like when they did it.
Well, when I heard he announced Jake Gyllenhaal was playing Mysterio, even when he mentioned that Mysterio was going to be the next villain, I've always seen Mysterio as kind of a C-level villain in comic books.
Yeah, he's always like a background villain.
Exactly, and how with the MCU and how they integrate him into that universe. It was so well. There's so many callbacks to other MCU movies, and even all the way back to Iron Man 1.
Yeah,
There were shoutbacks to it, and it was so well done. It was so well done. And Jake Gyllenhaal, is a great actor, but his performance in this was he outshined everyone else in the movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, because you were like, we were talking about it on Messenger, and you're like, best Spider-Man movie ever, and it's like, oh, that's setting the bar low. There, like, how many good Spider-Man movies have there been? Like, I think the very first Spider-Man movie, Tobey Maguire, that was, I think that's kind of iconic.
It's iconic, but when you actually look back at the Sam Raimi trilogy of Spider-Man movies, they're really bad.
Yeah.
They're really bad movies.
The acting's pretty terrible too.
Yeah,
and Tobey Maguire looks like he hangs around kids' playgrounds, like creeping. Like, that's just it. Like, he has such a frog face.
Yeah.
Pizza time. Iconic part.
I've just now I didn't like iconic for the time. Loved who played Doc Ock in number 2.
I actually don't know.
Yeah, but he was fantastic. But
yeah, in terms of that's like, I like the first 2 movies. Like, there's a lot. Yeah, obviously there's a lot of bad, and the acting is questionable. And like, even the Green Goblin.
or the fucking new Goblin, like,
Yeah.
that son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But again, iconic and groundbreaking at the time, and I think that was what.
And I remember watching the CGI, and I know I was a kid when I was watching it, but I watched that and gone, my God, look what they can do with films.
Yeah, well, we must have been about 11 when that came out.
Yeah, so I was blown away. So in terms of like, it was state of the art CGI back then.
Oh yeah, it was great. But when you're comparing it, we're living a post Dark Knight trilogy world, and a post Infinity Saga now. So when you're comparing it to what comic book movies are now, it's just it is laughable.
I still think like I always imagine when I see like a movie producer, he has like a cigar in his mouth and he's like, I know what kids like today, and like I feel like a studio got involved in that and made like, there's like, oh, we have to have this scene here because like kids will find it funny, and we have to have a girl fall from a building and he catches it.
Well, that sounds like the DC cinematic universe to date.
Yeah. I was actually watching the very old Superman movie.
The one from the 70s?
Yeah.
Christopher Reeve?
Yeah, it's really bad, but it's also really good.
I was recently watching the first two Tim Burton Batman movies.
Yeah.
And they are great movies, man.
Man, I'm going to put it out there. There has never been a bad Batman movie.
Yes, there has. Yes, there has.
Okay.
Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin was
I like
terrible.
that. I like that. I like the kind of I like the how they did it kind of almost cosplay style backgrounds in it. Okay, it's a little bit tacky, and the nipples on the Batman suit.
Oh man, there was fierce BDSM undertones to that movie. Like
I don't know. I still liked it. Like
that's probably what fucked me up as a kid.
Yeah,
but
like even like what's your man who played the Riddler?
That's Batman Forever.
All right, I'm thinking Batman Forever.
Yeah, that was the one that came before it. Jim Carrey, which that's actually a good movie.
Yeah,
I think that was like what 94, 95.
Yeah,
that was a pretty good
Jim
movie.
Carrey, yeah.
I did like that, but Batman and Robin, Jesus Christ, man, that was dog shit.
Yeah. Oh well.
And Joel Schumacher, I hope you're listening.
She ashamed yourself.
Oh yeah, I'm actually taking this moment to call out Joel Schumacher. Meet me in his area. In the cage, yeah.
Nace, Ireland
for Business Park.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
exactly.
5 rounds in the cage, 5 rounds on the Garfield. Let's go.
5 rounds in the Garfield. Yeah, because who directed Tobey Maguire?
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi.
He done the first 3 original Spider-Man movies.
Have you ever seen his take what he wanted to do on the third movie?
The fourth?
No, the third.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Because he didn't think Sandman was a big enough villain to go solo. Because I think originally they wanted like two bad guys. He only wanted like I think Sandman and I think maybe the new Goblin.
Yeah, I had heard something about that, and the studio pushed for Venom.
Yeah, and he didn't really know too much about Venom. He didn't know how to do Venom, so he just did the best that he could do, and he just basically like he just made a movie he didn't really want to do. So that's why it was so enjoyed. But it was meant to be just about him, Sandman.
Which I think would have been good because the first 2 standalone Spider-Man movies were iconic. They were good. I definitely enjoyed them. But I think number 3, Spider-Man 3, was the first time I watched the comic book movie, and was like, oh wow, these can suck.
Yeah.
That was really bad. And Topher Grayson, the fucking Eric from the 70s show, was Venom. Like,
yeah, whose
idea was that?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it was. It was really, really bad.
Oh, yeah, it was really bad. And that whole dance scene and emo Peter Parker because
yeah. He basically has a fringe and he turns evil, right?
Because all bad guys have that fringes.
Yeah, exactly. Emos are bad.
Yeah. Emos are bad. I'm glad they're fucking
But like, Amazing Spider-Man was even worse.
I liked Amazing Spider-Man 1.
Oh no, I liked the second one. So we're
the one with Electro.
Yeah.
Really?
No, like there was a lot I didn't like about the movie, even the way it ended. But what I liked about it, I loved that scene of Gwen see fall and he catch it, and he thinks he caught her and she just hits her head.
Yeah, that's an iconic Spider-Man moment.
Yeah, I just think for that moment alone, like I hate him as Peter Parker. I thought he sucked as Peter Parker.
He was too good looking to be Peter Parker,
and he's too much of a hipster.
Yeah, and like he's a cool fucking rad photographer, like skater kid who like takes photographs. Like, and like he'd be railing pussy even in real life.
Yeah. Really good. Like, but I just thought they could have done a lot more. Like, just make him a bit of a nerd. Make him younger. He looked like he was in college.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, Tobey Maguire was 27 in the first one, I believe.
Yeah, by the third one, he was like in his 30s.
Yeah, and he was like, "Oh, I'm fresh out of college." But with the Andrew Garfield, who directed that movie?
I've no idea. I'm really bad at whoever directed movies. Like,
I don't know, even directed the first 2, but the first one I liked the kind of because again it was after I think the Amazing Spider-Man came out the same year as the Dark Knight Rises and the Avengers. Yeah, I remember I was like really stoked about that summer.
There's a really cool scene where like he's there's a guy robbing a car, I think it is, and he pulls his pants down with using the webs.
Yeah,
and he kind of ties them up, and he's like kind of making jokes. I thought that was quite funny, but even still, I was like,
I thought he was a good Spider-Man, but crappy Peter Parker. Where the lizard looked like shit. But I liked the kind of darker grittiness. It was more New York. That's what I've always liked about Spider-Man. Did you know he's the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? He's always in Queens, and he has that kind of New York vibe about him.
Yeah.
Which the first 3 Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, really
ignored.
Yeah. It was like just had him swinging around like Lower Manhattan.
Well, I think they had, exactly. He had like New York Loves Spider-Man. He did play into that bit, but they didn't do
True.
But they didn't do it enough to say like, oh yeah, this is this. Well, even the new one, they don't really do it. Like they have, so far we have Homecoming, and then we Far From Home.
Well, what I liked about Homecoming is that he was a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the climax in New Jersey or something like that. It wasn't even in New York, but I think Tom is it Tom Holland?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's Tom Holland. Yeah, he's a great Spider-Man.
He is very good.
He's a great Spider-Man,
and he's young enough to play Spider-Man
for years now, because he can go through the evolution of Spider-Man from graduating high school, got into college, to start working for the Bugle, the Daily Bugle, which if you saw the movie, have you heard the spoiler?
No, go on, spoil away.
I feel bad, but like they do introduce J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Which was sorry, I should have said spoiler warning if you hadn't seen the movie, but there you go.
Well, yeah. Well,
you did warn at the start.
Yeah. But and him working for that and becoming the villain. Like he's friendly. He is a hero, but he is being demonized in the press. But Tom Holland can now play Spider-Man for the next 10, 20 years, and it's going to work.
Yeah, I hope they at some point do an old Peter Parker, an older people like mid-30s. Remember in Enter the Spider-Verse?
Well, I'm hoping to do live action Enter the Spider-Verse with Maguire, Garfield, Tom Holland. Was it Holland or?
Holland, yeah.
It is Holland, yeah. I can never remember that. But I do hope that is, and with
that would actually be pretty cool. Yeah,
it would, because going back to what I said earlier about Far From Home being the best Spider-Man movie ever made, it's not. Enter the Spider-Verse was the greatest Spider-Man movie ever made.
Yeah, because they could do, because they also own Simpsons, Foxy and all that. They could have Spider-Pig.
They could have Spider-Pig, yeah. Oh my god.
They could have a live-action movie with Spider-Pig in it. Because no way did Marvel not steal that idea off Simpsons. No way did they not see that Simpsons
with Peter Parker.
Yeah. Did they not say Spider-Pig?
What year did that movie come out
in? 2011?
No.
I think it was a little bit earlier.
I think it was like 2009 or something like that. Yeah. Well, I really you just need to kill the Simpsons. They need to kill the Simpsons.
No, I want to be around forever. It's one of these things that I think on TV.
There's 2 things I think they need to just take behind the shed and shoot in the head.
It's a mercy kill.
And it's not too long. Exactly, and it's the Simpsons and WWF. They need just get rid of it. Like it's not
Futurama.
I agree with I agree with professional wrestling, because in the age where we have mixed martial arts and we have all these other martial art contests, we don't really need guys, because I think we have the internet. Everyone knows what's bullshit.
I think they say they don't even try and hide it anymore. Yeah, I think with professional wrestling they are saying it's completely fake,
because it's really bad wrestling, really bad acting.
But you grew up in the 90s like myself, and you remember 90s wrestling, man, like the Attitude Era.
Oh, the Attitude Era was great.
Oh, DX and all that weird shit going on.
Because it was so anti-establishment, but now they've come so much establishment. Of course it's going to be shit, because as soon as they start playing the kids, going and making it PG friendly, you're always going to you're going to kill off your hardcore audience.
Well, I understand after the Benoit murders, I can definitely understand why they were we're kid friendly now. No one's murdering children.
I think that kind of happened before, because when I was 18, I used to watch wrestling. I went back to a phase when I was 18 where I went back watching wrestling for a while, and so I was watching when Chris Benoit died, and they'd already started to kind of PG it there. It's already been really annoying. The Attitude Era had been long dead. And the stars of the Attitude Era are slowly going off, and then it was the rise of I think what's his name, Cena. was the kind of the
poster boy.
poster boy of the death of the
Attitude.
yeah,
he was very, very.
because he had the finisher called FU and it changed to the attitude adjustment,
I remember
and
that.
summed
yes.
up everything that was wrong with like professional wrestling. I was like,
I because when I was got into wrestling, I think Stone Cold Steve Austin was the poster boy. He was the face. And
Yeah,
the
The Rock, yeah.
and the Hardy Boys, and
I remember The Rock and Stone Cold had a fight in WrestleMania, and it made the news.
oh yeah, I think that was WrestleMania 17.
It made the news as if it was a real fight,
Yeah, I remember.
and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!"
And now, like, because I still like I follow a YouTube channel. Shout out to Walk Culture, but they have a wrestling channel, and I do get some videos. And like, you look at like Jeff Hardy, and you know he was like the coolest fucker ever when I was like 11.
Giant junkie now.
Yeah, massive junkie. Like, Jeff, please get help. Please get help.
Shout out to Jeff Hardy.
Shout out Jeff Hardy. Well, this podcast is like
It diverts very
yeah,
quickly.
we're afraid to turn 30.
Yeah.
But going back to the Spider-Man, the MCU and what they're doing with all those characters. Yeah, like it's a good time to be alive if you're a comic book fan.
Oh yeah, like I always say this when I was like in school, if you told me that like we are ever going to have this much comic book movie, I wouldn't believe it. I was like, because like I remember saying I always wanted to see a Gambit movie, and I always wanted
We're
that.
still waiting on that one.
Yeah. Well, we were meant to get it, and then obviously, thank God Fox is no longer, and we're going to probably get, if we do get it, a Marvel version of a Gambit movie, and I always thought it was a Nightcrawler one as well.
I want them to introduce Sabretooth
Yeah.
into the MCU.
I also want a question movie. I like a Netflix question series.
I'm angry at Netflix, man. Like that's such a good thing with Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
Oh man,
and
we should talk a little bit about Jessica Jones, because I did manage to finish that over the weekend.
What did you think?
It was really good.
I really enjoyed it.
I like at the start when I first seen it, I was like, when I thought it was like her and Trish had a big fallout, and this was going to be their big congealing moment where they stopped the serial killer. I thought it was too much of a cliche. I just thought, like, going through the first like 6 episodes, I was like, I was kind of just trying to get through it because it was the last of Marvel Netflix. So I was like, I kind of want to get through it. But like around episode 7 to 13, like I was like, started to get the twists in it, like, were really really good.
It was on spoilers for the end of Jessica Jones that Trish gets sent to the raft,
Yeah,
and it's one of the very few shout outs to the wider MCU universe, because I do think I think Marvel have them for the next 2 years before. No, sorry, Netflix has them for the next 2 years before Marvel can start using them again. I think it's going to be some sort of like, oh, that was a multiverse. That doesn't actually count. We're just going to recast Daredevil and Jessica Jones and all these people. And with Daredevil and how good that show was, and The Punisher, and parts of Luke Cage, I really enjoyed. I actually really enjoyed season 2 of Luke Cage with Bushmaster.
yeah.
I thought that.
I know. I liked the near the end of season 1 of Luke Cage was good.
Yeah, well, the guy who played
They're also
Cottonmouth
burners. Yeah,
is
Cottonmouth.
going
Yeah.
to be. It's going to be Blade, man.
Yeah, I loved all the music in Luke Cage. I loved it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I thought it was real soulful music that was in it. Kind of, they managed to match up the music with the shows very, very well.
The shows were fantastic, except Iron Fist.
There's parts of season 1 of Iron Fist that I didn't mind. I loved all those hallway fight scenes. There's one where all the bad guys had kind of butcher's knives, and that was a shout out to Bruce Lee. And like, although it was ridiculous that they all had and they're all Chinese, I was like, I haven't seen nothing like this on TV since Bruce Lee. And Bruce Lee was obviously an inspiration behind Iron Fist. That's a good shout back to the
That's true.
Bruce Lee
yeah.
movies. I like that, and I was like, I want to see a kung fu movie because I haven't seen a kung fu movie in ages, and I used to love kung fu movies. I used to watch Three Little Ninjas. I used to watch
Such a good movie.
Texas Walker Ranger and Xena Warrior Princess was my life at one stage.
Oh, and do you remember that Hercules show as well? Set in the
Oh
same
yeah,
universe as Cena?
yeah. Oh yeah, that was brilliant. Yeah,
Oh, Spence, you missed out in the 90s, man. They were fantastic.
and also Knight Rider, of course.
Oh, no, the Half-Man.
Yeah,
But with Iron Fist, the second season I thought was very Big Trouble in Little China, which I loved. I was like, this is very good. But with just the Netflix, he could have done something great there. It could have been mixed. Like, I just don't know why he didn't integrate it into the MCU and have shout-outs and...
yeah. They should have had. They should have had a clause that they could use characters in the MCU.
They should have, because I think Daredevil should have been in Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think Iron Fist could have been in Civil War as well.
And the Punisher, they all could have been in it.
Well, Punisher maybe not.
He's probably a bit too
too dark.
Yeah, far too dark. Yeah, it's.
But yeah, but I definitely think Iron Fist and Daredevil could definitely have been in it. And even if they were like in Agents of Shield later on in the Disney Plus, you could work those characters into the, like, they could take it off whatever channel has Agents of Shield and just have likes of Daredevil on.
I think they're ending that show now.
Yeah, bring it to Disney Plus, bring it back as a different show, or reboot it where you have likes of Jessica Jones.
But I do think they're going to recast. Like, what was it? Charlie Cox is one of the best casting choices for a superhero ever.
Did you hear about the Emmys? So there's a best stunt coordination.
Yeah.
And remember the prison fight scene in Daredevil?
In season 3?
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
It was 11 minutes long, right? And it only took one take to make.
Oh my god, it was amazing.
They shot that in one take, and it took 11 minutes long. So the Emmy, and it's not getting nominated for an Emmy because it was too long of a movie. The Emmys have a 3-minute cut off, so a fight scene only can last 3 minutes, and because of that prison fight scene in Daredevil season 3 was not nominated.
But even season 1, that hallway fight when he's saving that kid from the Russian gangsters.
Yeah. All the hallway fight scenes in the Netflix. That'll be its standing testimony. They can do hallway fight scenes.
Oh my god, to really get. But what I loved about them is that if you've ever been in a fight, like trying a martial arts or a street fight, you get tired.
Yeah.
You get very tired very quickly, and that's what he showed in those hallway fights. Is that, like, Daredevil was. He was panting. He could barely stand up. He could, he was sweating. Where I feel like in a lot of fight scenes in, like, John Wick, which not this in John Wick, or
that's amazing in his own right. But
you can't.
He's a robot. He just keeps going.
Yeah.
But they never seem like they're tired or they're worn out. And do you remember Titans, where they had Dove and
Hawk?
Oh yeah, Hawk and Dove. Sorry. A man in his his later years, just slightly past his prime, he was banged up and he was juicing to keep himself going, and that's what we need to see, because we need to be able to relate to these characters.
Yeah, I think, like, now people watching these movies are a little bit older and are a little bit more we have the access to internet, so we know, like, people can't jump out of a building. We're too desensitized to that, so we're not going to really believe it as much, but. So we need a better storyline. Like, even Jessica Jones, she was stabbed in the opening scenes of the second series, and you could see that she started to have post traumatic trauma from it, where she got a lock for her door, and she kept getting flashbacks to being stabbed, and you could see that stabbing actually had an effect on her,
which I did like, because I thought when he did decide to go, she's been stabbed, I thought it was going to alter her power, where she wouldn't be relying on strength, and it was just going to be like a crappy detective show.
Yeah.
Because they were very abruptly ending the Netflix Marvel deal. Which, like, R.I.P., like, that's such a good thing going.
Yeah, like, all 3 shows. I know the ratings slightly dropped for all shows, but, like, they also didn't put any marketing into the shows.
But dude, when Daredevil season 1 was coming out, I remember being in Pearse Street Dart Station out in Dublin, and the big poster, did you know that big screen you have there?
Yeah.
Was advertising Daredevil season 1.
I couldn't click on a YouTube video without getting reminder that Daredevil was on Netflix.
I was so good, man. That blew my mind, that show.
Yeah.
Probably one of the reasons I got into martial art as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it definitely had an influence on it. That and Sugar Sean O'Malley.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
were two reasons I was like, right, I'm going to start learning some of this shit when I take down a half
Shout out Sugar Sean.
Shout out Sugar Sean, yeah. But a lot of shout outs going on this podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was watching that. I'm watching them take down a hallway full of Russian gangsters and just thinking to myself,
I'm going to do a non-striking martial arts.
I could do that.
That inspires me to take up martial arts. I'll do a non-striking martial arts so I don't get a black eye.
That's it, yes. Yeah, I don't want to get brain damage or anything like that, you know. Like,
Yeah.
But did you see the Comic-Con panel, the Phase 4 Marvel?
You messaged me, I think, on Sunday about it, and I didn't know it was already released. So I just googled and quickly read through an article about what was coming out, but didn't watch any videos on it.
I didn't watch any of the videos. It was actually the night you were over my house. I was actually constantly refreshing comicbookmovies.com, just so I could get all the latest updates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went in a completely different route than I thought you were going to. I thought it was going to be just Black Panther 2, Captain Marvel 2, Doctor Strange 2, which was announced. Which I do think we are going to get all those movies.
Yeah, we are going to get, because I was reading through it. It's like, there's nothing really new, but the TV series look good.
Disney Plus, take my money. Take my money, yeah.
That'd be really tempting to go on to. Like, and we don't have to actually pay for, we can't get the DC version of it, DC streaming service.
Where was the DC service released? Was that only in the States or the UK?
US, Canada, and Japan or China or something like that.
That is random.
The rest of the world can't access it, but a few of the shows are coming to Netflix.
I like Titans. Really enjoy Titans. I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah.
I started Doom Patrol.
Is that on Netflix?
I don't think I can't actually remember it's on Netflix.
Yes, yeah, legally.
Possibly. But I was about 3 episodes into Doom Patrol. I was watching it with the girlfriend. We were really into it, and then they released the Umbrella Academy, which just blew my mind. And then when I went to go back to Doom Patrol, I was like,
where can you watch the Umbrella Academy?
Netflix. You don't watched it yet, man?
No.
Oh my!
Is it just out?
Oh my God!
It's been out for months.
It's been out nearly a year, man. That's
gone on my top of my list. I was going to start watching Stranger Things. Goodbye, Stranger Things.
No, man, Umbrella Academy. My God, like that. I think it's my favorite. Second favorite after Daredevil. I always have a soft spot for Daredevil, but
Punisher.
No,
Punisher is
man.
great.
The Umbrella Academy is the greatest live depiction of the X-Men you'll ever see.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's nothing to do with the X-Men, but it's about a school full of superpowered.
Yeah, no, I didn't
youngsters.
actually know this. Doom Patrol, right, was out before X-Men, and it was kind of a school of superpowered people.
With the leaders in a wheelchair, yeah.
So, like, X-Men, well, with Marvel, once again, it shouldn't be really surprised that all their good ideas come from...
Jack Kirby in DC.
Yeah.
Stan Lee. Not a good man.
Yeah.
I'm just putting it out there.
Put it out there, like DC, you're just watching...
Don't speak ill of the dead.
I'm not speaking of the dead. I was very sad when Stan Lee did pass.
Yeah.
I was actually more sad about that than when any of my grandparents died.
Oh.
No disrespect to the grandparents, but you know,
Gus's grandparents, R.I.P.
yeah, you know, like I preferred the Christmas presents, but you know, none of them like invented to give me Spider-Man.
No, that's very true.
That was fair. Uncle Stan.
That's fair.
I can't remember where I was going with that first. I did my dead grandparents.
Okay. Tell me a bit about
Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy.
Well, yeah, it's about it's a school full of it's not even a school. It's more of a family of superpowered people. I think the comics were based. Yeah, they were based on comics that were wrote by the lead singer of My Chemical Romance, which I had no idea that he wrote comics till I watched this show.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
And these
he wrote one for Image.
I think he wrote something for Marvel or DC as well.
All right.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that was, but the Umbrella Academy, it's just weird. It's fun. Robert Sheehan, who I believe is from Cavan, it just steals the show. I think he plays Klaus, a gay drug addict who can speak to the dead, and it's just so good, man. And you have everything else, time travel, like different dimensions. It just has everything, man. It's just so good. I can't wait for season 2 to come out now. And Juno's in it. Ellen Page, she's in it, and she's very good in it. And just Robert Sheehan. Like he also played Nathan in Misfits. Remember that show?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was Nathan in Misfits.
Oh, cool. Misfits was a great show as well. If you have 4OD, definitely worth watching.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever watched Misfits?
No, never.
Oh, man.
I'm so useless.
4OD, it's free. You just might have to put your email address onto it. But yeah, they have the whole season. There's 3 seasons. The first 2 are really good. And then that Irish guy, what's his name? He left. Robert Sheehan left to do
Love Hate.
Yeah,
which was great job.
Yeah. But he plays a guy who can't die, and he doesn't realize this until like near season 2 that he doesn't have a superpower. Everyone else has superpowers. I think they're getting tortures when he like figures out that he can't die. But like, and then he realizes he can't die, but he doesn't want to be tortured because one of them has to die, and the guy who tortured him doesn't know that what their superpowers are. So that everyone's like, you can't die. Let him kill you and just come back to life, but he doesn't want to go through the pain of it. So he's like very resilient to like actually go through. He's like, oh no. So, and it's just like what anybody would be like. If someone's going to attack you, it'd change. Like, oh, I know I can't die, but I don't want to go through that pain.
Yeah, he was such like a selfish little shit in it.
Yeah, because he gets buried alive.
Yeah, and spends like 2 months just like jerking off in the coffin. And, shitting his pants.
Yeah, exactly.
What's that game, The Witcher? Marius has shown me the trailer. That's coming to Netflix.
Henry Cavill, Superman. Yeah.
It looks really good. The games are great, and the books were good. So
I've never played the game. It did kind of catch my interest because it looks kind of Game of Thronesy, and I think we're all withdrawing from that.
It doesn't look like it'd be like as like good as Game of Thrones.
Probably
it looks
not.
like
it'll
more
be
like
different. It's a kind fair bit different.
Like touch into the kind of not science fiction, kind of mystical elements more than Game of Thrones did.
Yeah, fantasy kind of.
Yeah, fantasy. Yeah.
How about it can't be as disappointing as Game of Thrones? Like that was probably the biggest disappointment of the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, man. That was such a bad ending.
Like you guys, they never made a really bad episode in Game of Thrones. Like they always like the writing's always been consistent. Everything's always been good about Game of Thrones. So, and then you have the last season, which
the last season looked very cool. The dragons were cool.
There's lots of positives about it. Like it got 32 nominations for like different Emmys, and a lot of them you couldn't argue against. It's just the ones that people will give it out about, like are
any of them for Best Actor. And if the Emmy nominations.
Oh, they deserve to be nominated at least.
They do, but I just thought I'm not a popular opinion, but I do not like Emilia Clarke. I don't think she can act.
I thought she was good as Daenerys.
Man, in the books, Daenerys is a badass.
I haven't read the books.
She's a very likeable character in the books, and I just found her like a little bitch, and she was very whingy and pouty, and she kind of reminded me of like some sort of medieval Lindsay Lohan in the later seasons.
Yeah.
And Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
If
you ever finds himself not being able to get a movie role, you could always be the voiceover for Big Brother.
Oh yeah.
Can you please come to the diary room?
Yeah, I don't think a lot of that cast will get much work after Game of Thrones, just because they are those characters.
I don't know.
It's like everyone from Entourage. I remember that.
Or like Frankie Muniz.
Didn't get anything.
I know. He could do James Bond.
Can't get over what they were. You know.
He could be James Bond.
Who will?
Your man.
Not Frankie Muniz.
I've heard that Cillian Murphy's in the running for James Bond.
Is he?
Tom Hardy as well. I want Tom Hardy, but Cillian Murphy because he's Irish for sure.
Yeah.
Who's your man who played Jaime Lannister? Well, he's American, isn't he?
He's I think he's from like Norway or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Probably. I'm sorry if he's not from Norway.
I'm definitely not going to get the role. I think you have to be British.
And your man from
Or
Luther
Irish.
as well. Can't remember his name.
Idris Elba.
He'd make a really good Bond, I think.
No, he wouldn't.
I think he would.
He wouldn't, because first of all of them are white, and
Oh,
So who cares?
jeez, we're getting into
no.
Dutch territory here.
like you can't, like, the same reason you can't have him as a girl.
But who says every James Bond is the same Bond as the last one?
But that's the thing.
That's,
So exactly.
that's the facade that you're meant to believe. But like, if he could be a 007, Idris Elba would make a great 007. What he needs to do is
Become
kill
white
off.
in your eyes, huh?
Kill him off. Kill him off as James Bond. Kill Daniel Craig off as James Bond, and then bring back Idris Elba's character.
I don't
as a
think so. I
different
think he
character.
could just keep going.
But
And
then
then
it
maybe
can't
the
be-
next
then it
James
can't
Bond
be
will be white
James
again.
Bond.
It doesn't matter.
Because
No, just call it 007.
No, well, I'm just going, and this isn't canon, like I'm just going by, but I think,
I
That-
don't know the Bonds look like each other.
yeah, I
Rather
think
than-
that James Bond is a personality and a persona
Yeah.
you take up when you're
Definitely,
given
yeah.
the mantle of 007.
No,
I'd absolutely agree
Well,
with
the thing,
that.
the thing is, like, about the movies, is it will just draw in so much shit that will become a political thing of, oh, they're only putting him there because he's black and they want to be this kind of new.
But he's a
progressive
fantastic
culture.
actor, so I don't think you could really argue that because he is a very, very good actor.
Oh, like I said, he'd make a great, like,
He is
as a detective or
like a
undercover cop.
predecessor
Yeah.
to 007, but I'm sorry, like, and yeah, I do think, like, now.
I think he could advance the storyline. I think the 007 franchise or the James Bond franchise could be advanced off by killing off James Bond and replacing him with something else. That could be a way of reinvigorating the James Bond franchise. That would be really, really good.
Oh yeah, no, I get what you're saying, but I don't think it's like a while ago they were talking about Michael B. Jordan taking over the mantle of Superman. I'm just like,
Yeah, exactly. So
like,
you're
I
getting
don't think there's anything like
I don't agree a girl should be James Bond, even though there's a lot of female actors, and that doesn't make me sexist. He's called James Bond.
that's a microaggression, Mark.
I don't care.
No,
like I equally don't think any white actor should play Black Panther.
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah,
a
no,
fair
I
train of
do.
thought.
I do agree with what you're saying. I don't think Idris Elba should be James Bond because
Like, imagine a white actor played Muhammad Ali.
Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I remember
Cillian Murphy's still my first choice. He definitely will be. 'cause
Will
he's fantastic.
Will Smith played the great Muhammad Ali though.
Do you know? I never saw that movie.
I seen parts of it, and like from what he did as Muhammad Ali, it's very realistic.
It's a pretty iconic role, like Muhammad Ali. You know,
Yeah.
that's
That's the same with James Bond. You're taking on a very iconic character. Like even if Superman having a beard, people get pissed off about. Gwen Stacy not being blonde, people get pissed off about.
well, the Mary Jane's a black woman in the new.
She's not
MCU.
redheaded, yeah, either.
She's not redheaded and she's black, and she's fantastic. She is a better Mary Jane than Kirsten Dunst ever was. I did not think Kirsten Dunst was a good Mary Jane, and she said
I don't like her how she's a little bit sarcastic in
she
it.
did the same thing happens to that bitch in every movie.
No, but like I don't like her as Mary Jane. I don't think the character is not. I don't think she's kind of real snotty and kind of a almost like a real rock chick, and I like that's not Mary Jane in my eyes. She's always been like the perfect student, like the one that's like all the teachers loves and gets straight A's and the jocks fancy.
Yeah, no, that is Mary Jane. That's what Mary Jane has always been. But
Well, like,
I don't like Mary Jane as a character. I don't like. She's like always giving Spider-Man shit. Like he's out there, like, you know, putting his life in the line, saving the world, you know.
God loves that she loves him.
Yeah,
She doesn't
yeah.
want to see
No,
him
like
die.
he loves her, you know. Like imagine Spider-Man was in love with you, you'd be so smitten with yourself. Like and like
I think in a lot of the comics she does have a thing for Spider-Man before she knows that he's
Peter Parker is
yeah,
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't know. I don't like Mary Jane as a character. I never really have. I'm actually reading
Oh, she's the quintessential girl next door.
she is, yeah. But I think society has moved past the girl next door, you know, with, you know, like being Tinder and flat whites and everything else.
White.
All the
The
other weird,
progression of coffee has killed off the other
all the other weird shit that's going on in the world that I don't really understand. But I'm reading Spider-Gwen at the moment. I got to put onto the Spider-Gwen series.
Yeah, I do prefer Gwen Stacy over Mary Jane.
Yeah, no, I do. And in the Spider-Gwen,
But I still like Mary Jane. I still think like that's Peter Parker's love of his life.
I think no. Well, I think from the casual comic book reader, if you ask them who or not even just a person on the street who's Mary Jane Watson, they'll know it's Peter Parker's girlfriend, it's Spider-Man's girlfriend. But if you ask them who Gwen Stacy is, like not, I don't know, 8 times out of 10 they're not going to know who Gwen Stacy is.
Yeah, well, I think through like all the Spider-Man adaptations, there's always been Mary Jane, but there's not always been Gwen Stacy. Even the animated series, there was a Gwen, but she wasn't really a real love interest.
I suppose Gwen Stacy was in Spider-Man 3, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
and she sucked in that. But everything about that was kind of sucked. Yeah, I don't know. Just Mary Jane. I'm not a fan of her character. I'm reading Spider-Gwen at the moment, and it's just made me hate Mary Jane as a character even more.
Oh, really?
She's such a bitch in it, man. She's just an awful person. Like, Gwen Stacy's.
I think you're buying into what the comic book writer feels about Gwen Stacy herself, or if it feels about Mary Jane herself.
No, I don't know. I just don't know. It's like Gwen now, as I said, like Gwen Stacy and Spider-Gwen, she's cool. She's trying to get by. She's Spider-Man in it.
Yeah, but
and Mary Jane is still. They're not even going out, and Mary Jane is still there giving her shit. Giving her shit. Yeah, just giving her a hard time. Their friends in it, or they're in a band together called the Mary Janes. And if that's not egotistical, I don't know what it is. Yeah.
That's not really Mary Jane. Like,
well, it's a version of her, and
a version of her, yeah. But like the classic Mary Jane, that's not Mary Jane.
Yeah.
Mary Jane is a book-loving jock's girlfriend who Peter Parker really thinks he'll never ever get
Book
with.
loving.
Book love.
Do you read comics, like physical comics, or on your phone, or
Physical? I like hardbacks. I like having the collection.
I actually most of my comic books I used to download, so I don't have them anymore. There's a like hundreds of euro of comic books that I've bought throughout the years that I need to get a password for my Marvel and DC sites, because like I don't know where I'd store them for a lot of them. But like, yeah.
I know Comixology, that new Amazon thing. It's like what's that reading? What's that?
Kindle.
Not Kindle. That Amazon thing they brought out there a while ago for all the books. What was it called again? You know that
Note?
Not Note.
Audible, like that.
Audible, yeah, Audible,
Streaming
yeah, the streaming service.
No, you can't have comic books Audible.
No, well, this is a kind of like Comixology where you can download them onto your phone or your tablet or your laptop. But I like owning the hardback. I like having like my little shelf of comics I've collected over the years.
I kind of wish I did that now throughout the years, but like I didn't really want to get on a bus and go into Forbidden Planet. So what I did was just download them.
I was living in Dublin, so it was a lot easier for me to do.
Yeah,
just go in. But I still would go.
It was a full day trip for me.
Well, now I'm saying that, like John here, like taking the like moral high ground, like going out and going into the comic book shop. I do order most of my comics off Amazon now.
Yeah, no, if I did realise that as a kid, I could have done that. But then you have to wait, and if you want to read a comic book, you want to read it now.
Amazon's not bad. You get there in like 3 days.
Yeah,
and then you have something to look forward to. And then
3 seconds, you have a new issue of a comic book, and you read it in about half.
I don't like the idea of just flicking on my phone and
I liked it. I thought it was grand. I read like all the Deadpool series that I watched were all on my phone. And
do you want to hear something very controversial?
What?
I don't like Deadpool.
Oh,
get out of my house.
Out of my house.
I don't like Deadpool in the comics. I love him. I love Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
Yeah.
But I don't like him as a comic book character.
Why?
I just never warmed to him.
Why?
He's
sarcastic. He's
I don't know. I just never warmed to him. I guess
it pisses everybody off.
Yeah, he pisses everyone. I don't know. Like this, I guess I'm just more invested. Like I think
I kind of feel like that. If I was in the comic book universe, you would hate Deadpool, like because he doesn't come across a character that you really warm to. But then when you keep reading the series and you start finding about his kid and the concentration camp and all that other stuff, and you're like, Like I nearly cried reading that.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, and his is like lighthearted. I was like, Jesus, this is deep.
Has a comic or comic book movie ever made you cry?
No, that was very close. No, not even the Gwen Stacy dying thing, which I thought was lovely.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Spider-Man. Yeah.
Amazing
She's
Spider-Man,
dead.
The only really movie, the last movie I cried at was End of Watch.
Oh no, I haven't seen it.
And I watched. Luckily enough, I watched it on my own. When I was watching it, and then I watched it again, and I realized like I've seen it this time. It won't make me cry again, but I was very
Did you cry again?
I was very close to crying again. It's just such a lovely scene. Like it's no, what always gets me isn't it even the point. Spoiler if you haven't seen End of Watch. The point isn't even the part where he's dying on the ground. His partner's with him. The sad bit is a fucking funeral. The funeral gets me every time, where he has to go up and give a speech, and he can't bring himself to talk because he's so upset. And I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I shed a bit of a man tear for Logan now, I have to say.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the.
I felt very a lot of emotions watching that movie, and the embarrassing thing was I was actually on a date.
Ah!
Girl I don't really know, and Yeah. No, like, you know, with the whole.
No, that will definitely play to your into like. That definitely play to you. Like if unless your girl's like some hardy bitch, she's like, what's this guy doing?
Well, she was kind of like,
quit crying,
like,
bitch.
Yeah, she was like, are you crying? No, she's like, that was
No.
just, no, like no. But do you remember in Wolverine?
You're
Do you
crying.
remember
It should have been like, oh, I never do this.
But do you remember in Dead Wolverine where he's in Japan and she was like, I saw how you died, and you died with your heart in your hand, and then he dies holding X-23's hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that just got me, man. That like, you know, like the parent.
Oh,
you
the
know?
Wolverine.
Do you remember, yeah, in the Wolverine when he's in Japan and she was
Yeah.
like, I saw the future, I saw how you died, and you die with your heart in your hand.
Yeah.
And then he dies holding X-23's hand. I was like foreshadowed it. He died, and you know, his heart was spilling out of his chest in the scene, but I think like metaphorically they was talking about his daughter, and yeah, that was a beautiful moment. And he should have ended the X-Men, Fox's X-Men, with that movie.
Yeah.
I didn't see Dark Phoenix. I won't. I refuse to watch it until it's on Netflix and on board at home, and then I will watch it.
Yeah. I'll probably watch. Yeah, once again, if it was on like Netflix or I see something like that, I'll probably watch it.
As far as I know, from what I read, it bombed hard.
Yeah, no, apparently cast weren't really into making it. They're like they went to a Comic-Con and they are kind of real snotty with the fans even, and like that's the wrong people to like kind of like go against. Your movie will die if you don't get your fans on side and make it seem like that like you love these characters as much as the fans do. The fans won't be able to watch it. Like
I'd say they were kind of, you know, like McAvoy, Fassbender, Jennifer Lawrence, whoever else was in that movie. I'd say they were pretty, because people hated the movies. They were being kind of forced to make them, and you knew it was coming to an end. You know. Like,
the Fox deals probably.
What New Mutants? That's not being shelled because he made that movie. There's been trailers released for it.
Nothing.
I'm hoping, because Marvel own it now, that they'll just kind of slip it into the MCU somehow.
Yeah. Didn't they already make one that was set in the 90s? Is that not Dark Phoenix is set in the 90s?
It is, yeah. But like again, what I didn't understand about those X-Men movies was
I don't mind if it is set in the 90s, but or parallel universe. I thought that was quite a nice touch.
But like, how about like Magneto would have been at least 60 years old in the 90s, and Michael Fassbender doesn't look a day over 44.
Yeah, no, I liked what I think they should do is bring the cartoon theme music back to the X-Men.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I was really hoping to play that at Comic-Con, where like you'd be like, we've got an announcement and just play that music.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty good. But I think they're going to say, I think Disney are going to actually save all the really saucy announcements for, what is it, D23?
Yeah.
That big Disney Expo thing. I think that's where we'll get like trailers. I think we're going to get Phase 5 news at that. And
they have to do cross between Avengers and X-Men.
It has to be done.
Or else this deal is for nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've been like, well, you know, do you think Robert Downey Jr. will ever come back?
No. Well, for the right money, like I think he'll realize why is Robbie Downey Jr. 60.
Oh Christ,
60,
man,
God
Jesus.
no.
Now he's like
Probably
50s.
early 50s.
Very early
I'd
50s.
say
yeah.
mid 50s.
No, I'm gonna look this up.
Yeah, he's not that old.
Yeah.
Definitely
Look
not.
that-
60.
Is he? Is he been in a lot of movies?
I was
Been
trying to
around
think
for a-
of a movie that I cried at, right? Because I don't watch a massive amount of
Yeah.
movies now. But I was watching actually BBC done a thing about the moon landing, where they done like new footage where they like acted it, but they used the audio from the actual moon landing for everything. And when they landed on the moon, like using the actual audio as well,
Yeah.
kind of, I was choking back a few tears. It was that was an amazing TV show.
54.
54, yeah.
Yeah, so
That's all right for 54.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so he's mid 50s. I was wrong with calling him 60.
Yeah, mid 50s.
Closer to
50s,
40 than
but
he is to
yeah.
60.
Slightly.
Yeah, but Rob Downey
So,
Jr.
wait, can we just go back to the fact that you cried at moon
The
landing?
moon
footage?
landing.
Like,
Yeah, I thought that was
That's not
amazing.
normal.
How is that not normal?
That's not like what emotion? Like why you sad at?
What were you
Because that
thinking
was-
when you started crying?
I wasn't crying. I was like, hold
I
back.
kinda- yeah,
It's
'cause
such
you
an
kinda let that
amazing
pass,
part
man.
in human history.
And that was sad to you.
It wasn't sad. It was like a happy. It was like, fuck me. You know, they actually did it, you know?
You said crying with joy. I've never cried with joy.
It wasn't cry with joy. It was cry with like, holy shit, you know? Like, it's mad to think that actually happened.
I think we've done
You know?
more impressive stuff than land on the moon.
Well,
Yeah,
the internet
we
probably
definitely
is a lot
has.
more impressive. But it's, well, at that time,
Like,
getting someone to the fucking moon in whatever it was, 69.
yeah,
It's
Was it
pretty
about
amazing.
69? Yeah, I don't know. I just think we've done cooler stuff.
Yeah,
Well, since then, but back
we've
then,
landed a
imagine-
rocket.
Like, that was
we
like,
sent a rocket to space and landed. That
We
was
went-
definitely more impressive.
we went to the moon
Landed
in
on a ro-
69, and what?
asteroid.
Only 70 years before that was
Would you
probably around
cry-
the first flight. Like,
Would you cry if you seen the footage of your man land the ship on a asteroid? Because that's definitely more impressive.
it's not.
It is.
It's not.
definitely
It's
is.
not impressive because
The
it's
moon-
2019. We can do whatever we want.
No, we
But in
can't.
1960,
No, we
yes, we
can't.
can.
No, we can't.
And
we
compared to
can't,
1969,
we
there's a
can't
hell of a lot
listen-
more
no,
we can
do you know
do.
what we can't do? Do you know, when we can finally go onto YouTube, listen to music, and go out of YouTube, and the song's still playing,
You have to pay for
that
that.
will make me cry.
You have to
Yeah.
pay for that.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna
It's
pay for
fucking
it.
YouTube Red or
I'm
whatever.
not going to pay for it.
Yeah, I won't be able to.
But you can't do it.
I won't be able to play a song on YouTube and then lock my phone.
Yes,
Just
that's
fucking
what I'm on.
Spotify
That's when
Premium.
you'll see
Jesus
me and Matt
Christ.
cry.
It's like €5 a month. Come
Yeah.
on, you find that in your
It's
couch.
like 10-year-old.
It's not 10-year-old.
Yeah, but you get, like Spotify doesn't have like like cool live versions of like like
Yes, it
Chili
does.
Peppers. Nah, it
Yeah,
doesn't.
and you
No,
also
it
can't
does.
watch documentaries on it.
Yeah.
What the then fucking watch YouTube for
Hold on,
documentaries?
why do you want to lock your phone while
Watching a
watching a
documentary. What's the point
documentary?
of that?
You might be listening to like Star Talks
yeah.
or
or a
like,
podcast or something like
Yeah.
that?
But you can't lock your phone. Spotify, you have podcasts. You have every podcast other than Joe Rogan. But fuck that, like.
Oh, fuck Joe Rogan. No, what are you
Well,
saying,
that's because-
Spence?
I'm calling you out, Joe. In the cage.
yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Shout out to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
He's fucking a beast for his 50s.
Yeah, what's he? He's 52 now, isn't he?
Yeah.
52.
No, I think he's about 52. Man, that guy's a monster.
Yeah.
He's like 4 foot tall though, so that's the downside.
Is he?
Yeah,
I think
fucking
shorter,
tiny.
I think the shorter people, there must be a Goldilocks height for people, because like I think taller people die faster.
Well, it's like anything over like 5'11". Every inch over 5'11" is like a year off your life, something like that.
I'm 5'10", I'm
I'm
saying.
Well, that's obviously
5'11".
pure
I think
bullshit,
I'm
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
How would you ever fucking?
What about if you're
quantify
short?
that, like-
Surely if you're objectively short, and you're 5'10",
I'm 5'10", yeah.
I'm a lot taller than you.
Well, what are you?
5'11". I don't think you're 5'10".
You're not
I'm
5'11", man. 'cause
You're
I'm
not
like the
5'11".
doctor. I went to the doctor. I'm like 6'3", so you're definitely.
I'm
the same
5'10".
height as me.
I got measured
I'm not
there.
6'3" though.
But you're not 5'11".
Okay.
You're 6'2" at least.
Yeah.
Am I?
Yeah, I'm 5'10". I went to that body expo thing at in Amsterdam, and at the end of it, like they like weigh you and take your height and give you all your stuff.
okay.
back. And,
5'10" is like perfectly average. That's
I'm
There's nothing wrong with that,
yeah.
I'm pretty
Nothing to
average
scoff
human
at.
being,
If you're
yeah.
like a size 10 shoe, you're the most average man in.
I am a size 10 shoe.
Yeah.
What's wrong with being average?
what the
Yeah,
fuck are we talking
that
about?
damn in the middle.
Talking about Gus's feet size.
I'm a
Man.
size 10, 5 foot 10.
I'm a size 11, bitch.
Yeah, 70 kg of pure Irish meat.
Do you know what? I actually have a sneaking suspicion. I've been living a lie my whole life, right?
Okay.
I was told as a kid that my foot sizes are one full size different than the other.
No, that's not true. That's complete bullshit.
Yeah. Anyway, they said they think you're a full size, and then I was told like 1 foot. So as I went up,
Sorry, who's telling you this?
Yeah, because
The
like when
shoe
you go to buy a pair of shoes,
the shoe
Right,
person.
so which foot is it? Like,
it's I think is the left foot is slightly bigger than the right foot or whatever it is. But then I got my shoes measured, and I was told for years that I'm size 12 in one foot and 11 in the other. So I was always buying shoes that and like
mix match.
But then I had the size 12s on there. I had my size 12s on there, and I matched up my feet. I see where my shoes are, and it's like there's a good inch in my big foot in the difference. Like I'm definitely 11 size shoe.
No, that's completely not
Yeah,
normal.
this
There's
might-
an inch in difference.
Yeah, like this is my shoes now. This is my size 11 flip flop.
Sorry for everyone listening.
Yeah,
like, you
everyone
just have no
listening.
idea what's going on.
Yeah, and like
Hold on, who's this shoe person you've been seeing?
Like that's
I'm
there
definitely-
shouldn't be an inch in the difference.
yeah, I'm
That's
definitely
not.
size 11 in shoes, and I've been going around buying size 12s for at least like 6 years.
Hold on, give us a look at your feet there.
These are size 11 flip flops.
Yeah, your feet, both feet look about the same.
They're both about the same. They're roughly at the same height as well. And no, the right ones. There is a bit of a difference in the right one because they're pretty much level there, and you can see the toe kind of up above it. This is not interesting for any of our
I really
viewers,
don't know what's
but,
going on.
Yeah,
I'm only
just
seeing the back of
apologise
his
to the
flip
listeners
flop.
now to stop at Mark's feet. I don't know how we got here.
Someone's probably into that.
Yeah.
Can we go back into comic books?
Yeah.
How did we get onto it?
I don't know.
Talking about the moon landing and how it made me cry.
Yeah, well, Spencer's crying for moon landing, and Mark has different size feet, and I'm extremely average. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was doing a bit of research on Spider-Man. We were talking about. I know we went off it. We might as well find our way back onto comic books somehow. That made 975 million worldwide in domestic.
Which Spider-Man says now?
The latest one, Far From Home.
Yeah, I think it reached $1 billion.
Oh, now?
I think,
it's
yeah.
the highest grossing Spider-Man movie.
Yeah, it's fantastic. It's so good.
Shazam only managed like a measly like 158 million.
Shazam's a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
You have a tattoo of Shazam. You haven't seen it.
I've read like lots. I love Shazam. I know why I like Shazam even more. It's because I like the history of Shazam. Like he was a giant character back in the I think was it the
50s. I think
yeah,
he was.
50s.
He was actually bigger. He
Then-
sold more units than.
Superman.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
when Superman was God. And he was such a big fan. He influenced Elvis Presley. The reason Elvis Presley went around with lightning bolt on his chest was because of fucking Shazam, Captain Marvel.
I never knew that.
And he
Jeez.
even modelled his haircut off Shazam, and his fucking costume was
Wow.
all because of Shazam. Shazam is a major like historical character that
Pop
no
culture
one,
influence.
that no one actually knows about, and like his books are really cool as well.
And the movie's great.
Yeah, that's why I have the tattoo. But I will watch it. I just thought like the suit looked so average. I hated the suit.
It works, man. Well,
Yeah.
it does. It works in the movie because the movie doesn't take itself too seriously.
Yeah, well, once again, like I know comic book or people can't see my tattoo of Shazam, but like you know the suit where he has the like little kind of gold kind of buttons going down it, and it looks like you can open it from the. You can see kind of the crest where the fabric starts.
Yeah.
That's the kind of suit that you need. Not this like one that you can buy in deals for 60 quid. And
No.
like the suit just looks. This is
They,
like
no, it did. It looked cheap. I'll give you that. It did look like a Halloween costume. It looked a bit silly, but when you watch the movie is silly.
yeah.
It's a very silly movie, but it
And that's
works.
what Shazam movie should be, because it's always going to be a kid.
But yeah, it was, and it's very family friendly. It was. You got a Home Alone kind of Christmas vibe.
How
off it.
did they do of an adult actor playing a kid in an adult's body?
Very good.
Because like that's like if you can't capture that in a Shazam movie, you
Yeah,
Can't
it's
pay
very
for
good.
that.
And I'm not a huge. I don't think I've ever read a Shazam comic. But I went and when I watched the movie, and it was really good. And again, a 14, 15-year-old kid in a 30-year-old's body he just played it so well.
they need to do at some point in their lives. DC needs to do a fight scene between Shazam, a live action fight scene Shazam and Superman. That needs to happen. Now, they were meant to have Henry Cavill. They wanted him to make a cameo in Shazam. So maybe they were planning
He
something.
almost does. Superman shows up in it, but you don't get to see his face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you don't have Henry Cavill. Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. I did look for the Shazam movie, but it's not out. You can't read it on iTunes, so I didn't.
No,
Give it a
it's I really enjoyed Shazam, and I really want to see him fight Superman. And I also don't like the idea. I think The Rock is playing Blackadder. Is that his name? Blackadder?
Yeah,
Black
Adam.
Black Adam. Sorry, Black Adam. And they're making
Adam.
and they're making him an anti-hero, which I think is stupid. Yeah, it's just cashing in.
You can kind of do it. You can kind of do it
I
with
suppose
Black
he did it with
Adam.
Venom, didn't he?
Yeah, no, but he kind of like in the New 52, he kind of is like they do kind of make him out to be a bit of an anti-hero because you get to go into what made him be kind of turn into Black Adam. You go back into his past of like he was this child in this war-torn country, and that he's seen so much atrocity that Shazam gave him the power. He was basically Billy, but just in a different part of the world. But then the power corrupted him, and he became Black Adam.
He used it for revenge. Then,
Yeah, revenge, and so you kind of can cash in on the anti-hero thing. But like, yeah, once again, if you didn't have The Rock as your anti-hero, and maybe you had like a Syrian actor, or you had an actor that could play a Syrian, someone that might be believed from Syria, since there's so much, or Middle Eastern, then you could do something like that, definitely.
Well, The Rock looks a bit.
Yeah, not really. He's
Nah,
so
He has a
white,
tan.
you know.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that.
And everyone knows who The Rock is, and they know he's sure as shit not Syrian, so
Yeah, very true. But think about it. I just think The Rock is, like, who doesn't like The Rock?
No one.
Yeah, so I just think it's gonna be hard to portray him as a villain.
Yeah,
He's as close what men has to a Beyonce that will ever get.
It's kind of like the way Joe Rogan's the Oprah of men.
Yeah, Joe and Oprah are men, but definitely like The Rock is pretty much our Beyonce. Like, girls look at Beyonce as if she is like a god. Like they were my sisters like idolize Beyonce, and
Really?
yeah, like they're obsessed. If she's on
Jesus.
TV, doing anything, they're just always talking about how amazing she is, namely her body and like how great she looks. And yeah, they're obsessed. But men don't really have the equivalent of a Beyonce.
Well, I guess I hear what you're saying. Yeah, The Rock.
Very close to it.
Do you not think The Rock is just too big sometimes?
How tall is he? He must
Why
be
are we
like
doing this?
6'5"
Why are
or
we doing
6'6"
here?
or some
What?
shit, right?
Well, like, I do think he's I wouldn't like to be that size. But like, I do for what he had to do to get to that size, I am very impressed.
Yeah,
He's like a bodybuilder. Like, did you ever see the picture of him when he was 16?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he's
he was a joint when he was 16. Yeah.
his dad's shoes as well. Like, he does have some own genetics, like so.
Well, his dad was Rocky Johnson, wasn't he? He was a wrestler as well.
Yeah.
Jimmy Superfly Snooker, I think, was a relation. Oh, actually, isn't Roman Reigns related to him as well?
No, he's not actually. He's not actually. That's actually to do with the storyline, but they're not actually related. But in the WWE universe, they're related. It's like the Undertaker and Kane aren't really related.
See, Kane, like Glenn Jacobs, is the mayor of.
Yeah,
I think it's not Texas, Tennessee, maybe.
yeah.
That's
insane. That is.
That is bizarre. Yeah, but again, talking what we were talking about earlier with all I think Raw, which they need to end. They done a like reunion show the other day.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, I did hear about that.
I just kind of feel like that company is.
I kind of feel sorry when they do that though.
So do I, because when you look at Jeff Hardy like coming out all strung out, and then like Stone Cold was there, and like the guy can't even like lay a stunner on someone.
Well,
because, like,
Stone Cold, like he still kind of looks. I seen that snake challenge thing that he has. He still looks like buff. He's in shape. It's when you see like, DX. I seen like images a few months ago. Last year when DX kind of reformed, they had like all the original DX members.
Yeah, it was very sad.
And you're kind of like they're all bloated out. They don't look as good as they did, but they're still trying to look like they're trying to cling to that character that they were back in the 90s.
Well, that's the thing with professional wrestling. It does your body no favours.
Yeah,
like
but
you're
like,
slowly destroying your body down
but
there.
the guys who wear those characters hold on to, like they still try to dress as if they are that character. Whereas like I think like if they maybe like shaved their hair, got a different haircut, maybe grow old with a little bit of grace.
With grace, yeah. Like I saw Rey Mysterio. You know, he was always like the cruiserweight, small, skinny dude would be jumping around.
Yeah.
And because he must be in his mid to late 40s now.
Yeah, he was around when ECW was around when it has his heyday.
Like the early to mid 90s. But he's jacked now, and he looks cool because like he's just jacked, and like he doesn't do as much acrobatic luchador shit as like he used to, but he's aged with grace, kind of like The Rock, where he's just
The Rock took every like growth hormone. Testosterone thing. He got the best doctors in the world and said, "Give me everything."
He has more money than The Rock these days.
Yeah, exactly. And he obviously has a fucking intense. Well, the way I like The Rock isn't because what he looks like, is his work ethic. Like The Rock is insane. Though, like what his work schedule is or how he goes about it. So it's so disciplined, and that's what I kind of admire about him. His body is a result of that.
True.
But like, yeah.
But that's kind of like Mark Wahlberg would be the same, you know, like his work ethic is great. Like, or Joe Rogan as well, you know, like
he's insane,
those guys wake up and you know, going like 5 mile run and you know, go and kill an elk and then eat it and then like
yeah, the girls really don't have a role model that's kind of like that, like that, like
Joe Rogan. My girlfriend hates Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
hates Joe Rogan.
Yeah, exactly, and she probably hates like you going to the gym. She was giving about you doing push-ups in the morning.
Yeah, you were over my house and she was like, yeah, he's like wakes up and he does push-ups and like, you know, like he was like, you know, I was like, oh, sorry, I'm looking after myself. Yeah, she actually listened to the last podcast where I started giving out about her. So like, Jeannie, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry too.
Because I'm about to start giving out about you. But
you shouldn't be doing push-ups. It's really annoying. You shouldn't be breathing really loud when she's
yeah. But she was like. She was like, yeah, but because I was with her, and then I started listening to Joe Rogan a couple of years ago, and then I did get a bad case of the Rogans where I was
thinking about shaving your head.
No, I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about like, you know, going out and like hunting a deer and eating it, and she was like, okay, like I'll come get you when you break down in tears after you shoot the thing, and then I swear to God. And then I was just like, yeah, so like, Judy, how about we do some DMT or something like that? And she was like, no. And then she was just like, is this Joe Rogan? Have you been listening to Joe Rogan again? I'm just like, no. But
I was talking to people who went out about hunting, and I was asking about like questions about like people who've done hunting. And I was like talking about, so what do you need for deer hunting? And they were telling me like different licenses. I never would do it because I don't have the attention span to go, and I don't like go with myself. But I do think at some point in my life I would like to see how to like go and do all that with an animal. Because I think if you are eating it, you should know like this is how an animal, this is how people do in order to get your meat from your dinner plate, from the ground to a dinner plate.
Yeah, no, I understand it, but as I said, I think if I did kill an elk or a deer or...
I'd be crying.
Yeah, I probably would break down in tears and be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
We'd have to all go and fill one gun with blanks like a firing squad, so we don't really know who killed it, you know. That would be the only way.
Well, no, because then I
don't think I'd have a problem.
I couldn't kill something, like I just...
I wouldn't have a problem. I wouldn't have a problem from eating it. If I was just killing it,
yeah, I mean, obviously killing for sports is terrible, but even eating it, I mean, like, it's just kind of fucked up.
Well, you have to know that, like, do you know how like beef gets to your dinner plate?
Yeah, but I don't have to fucking kill it, you know.
Yeah, but
it's
like,
it's
you're kind of closing your eyes though.
Yeah, I know. But
yeah,
it's complete ignorance.
It's horrific what they do to cows in order like how they kill them, like pull out the spine and all that, and it's like that's horrific. But like, I just think if you are going to eat meat, you have to kind of realize that's what animals go through in order for you to eat meat. So I think. Like I think just the other step of me killing it in myself. Like I am like by being meat eater, you're adding to that like industry of where animals are being killed so you can eat it. So I don't really see any difference from me actually then just taking a gun and shooting it and then eating it. Like this, cutting its middleman.
I don't think I'd use a gun. I'd definitely go bow hunting.
No, you can't. You
'Cause
can't.
if
You can't.
miss, and then
Yeah.
it's just gonna be crying.
Because I they talked to them about that. It's like, no, it's illegal in Ireland to hunt any animal with a bow. I think any kind of deer size with a bow, because they can't suffer. You mean just clean kill.
You can't use like small arms either, like handguns and stuff.
Oh no,
'Cause if you
they
don't
used
kill
to.
it.
No,
yeah,
that,
but
that's
what's
more-
saying like a rifle isn't necessarily going to kill it for a shot.
well, yeah, exactly.
better
What they used to
chance.
have is hunters used to have handguns, and you used to shoot a deer, and then if it's not dead, they just shoot it in the head and put a quick kill. But they obviously, because of handguns, they want circulation of handguns around Ireland. So what they did is legalize handguns, so you can get like a rifle and then you have to shoot again. Mm.
Yeah, I don't even think I'd kill.
I looked into it.
small, like a chicken or.
I could probably kill a bird. I'd probably like a duck. I think that.
My cousins killed a fox once with a bow and arrow
Shit.
because
That's
it
fucking
was
hardcore.
barking.
Fox.
It was making the dogs bark.
So we killed it.
My
Yeah, what the
no,
fuck?
my auntie was like, "Would you ever fucking shoot that fox over, kill that fucking fox?" Like, just I saying angrily, but not actually being like
like-
serious.
How old was your cousin?
I don't know, teens.
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
kind of that's
Yeah,
that's a
God.
start of something fucking
No,
serious.
it
Keep
isn't.
an eye on him, man.
yeah.
They're grand. I probably would have killed it.
Oh, really?
Jesus.
Jesus, Mark. This
What the
thing's
fuck are
very
we
dark.
dealing with here?
You know, if there's one animal we don't think I would have a problem killing, it'd definitely be a swan.
Swan?
What?
No, what the?
Yeah.
They're like what?
They are
What?
snakes with wings. They are snakes with wings.
I wouldn't mind eating a swan.
I pretty much got. I essentially got.
I think it's illegal in the UK
Really?
because only the Queen can
We're
eat
not
swan
in
or
it.
some
Well,
shit.
we're
Yeah,
not
I know
in
we
the
are, but
UK.
I'm
The
just saying
Queen
it's
can eat a swan?
ridiculous. Only the Queen can eat a swan
No,
in
Queen
the UK.
owns all the swans in England.
Ah,
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, they're owned by the crown.
shit.
But yeah, they're. I pretty much got mugged by a gang of swans once. I was very.
Steal all your bread.
Yeah, I definitely I'd kick a bird, especially in town. Pigeons in town.
Yeah, they're ballsy as
yeah,
fuck.
they
Do you ever
have
notice
no
you
respect.
You can
need to
tell
have
how
a bit of
rough an
respect.
area. You can tell how rough an area is by looking at the pigeons.
Yeah, like they're always like missing feet, like
Yeah.
missing toes.
If you're like somewhere like I don't know, what's like Tala or like Crumlin or something like that, like they're always missing feet and eyes and like, you know, selling gear and stuff like that. You know? But if you go somewhere like Fox Rock or like Dalkey, they're all lovely looking swans. Like,
And they're so fucking
Aren't
Robbie
pigeons.
blind.
Yeah,
Do
still
I don't
chips
know.
right out of your
Yeah.
fucking hand, like
that's seagulls.
seagulls. Yeah.
Seagulls
Yeah.
need to learn. I thought a seagull was going to attack me the other day. Looking if I had the metal bar in my
Did you hear
hand.
about that seagull that ate the?
Yeah, lucky enough. I just happen to have a metal bar in my hand.
It's my work profession. I carry around metal bars. Anyway, yeah, like but he flew down low and he's like coming in and he's heading straight for me.
Dive bombing.
And like to the point where I had the metal bar ready to swing at him if he came any closer.
I would have paid to see that.
So would I.
Did you hear about that seagull that ate a chihuahua in
Holy
the UK?
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you hear about that? Yeah, some chihuahua was like minding its own business in its back garden.
They're only like rat size. It was like a puppy though.
And they get, okay,
Yeah.
people, take this as a lesson. If you're buying a dog, get a normal
An
sized
actual
dog.
dog,
Okay?
yeah.
Get an actual
Yeah.
don't get a chihuahua where a seagull can come down and, you know, carry it off and then eat it.
Yeah.
Get a normal
I
sized
think
dog.
what
And
they- I
those
think what
dogs
they
just
do-
suffer as well. Like
What they do
Their
They
is
don't
lives
look
are
happy. Dogs
meaningless.
that size don't look happy.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but what they do in order to kill the animal is they fly up and they get to a height and they just drop it.
no.
And they just let it hit the ground and then they go after it.
I was reading that the swan actually just not the swan, the seagull, they just swallow the thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the thing? Was it Marley
That's
Park?
a big gulp.
Yeah, there's like these swans bet the shit out of like a spaniel, was it?
Yeah, you
with
killed
their
the sea,
wings.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they bash it with their
Oh,
wings.
they're little knackers.
And like in a couple of seconds, the dog was dead. Like
Oh my god, but man,
It's just terrible.
I don't.
Well,
have
like you know, those swans are thinking like, I have chicks over here.
yeah, but fuck that. It's a dog. You don't kill dogs.
It's me or that dog.
Yeah.
Like they don't go, oh, he's someone's pet. Like they
Yeah, I
don't have
know,
that
but-
fucking logical reason.
I know, but fucking, I'd take a dog over a swan any day.
Oh, I know you take a dog, but you have to look at it from the swan's point of view.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
Yeah, but like
I think they swarmed the dog though. I don't
Oh,
think the
yeah,
dog.
exactly.
from what I
It's
heard,
a
the
threat.
dog
Like
was
a dog,
minding
a
its own
dog is
business.
a prey animal. So like they
Yeah.
don't know.
I think it was a spaniel or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
But man, I was down in Blackrock Park. I've had two very, very upsetting confrontations with swans.
Don't bring your dog to a park with swans.
No, my dog
What?
was with me.
No.
I was sitting in the park. I think I was just eating my lunch. Out of nowhere, a swan just starts walking up to me
Oh,
and starts spreading his wings and lifting his neck up and I was in college at the time, and I had a grafting knife for taking cuttings off plants, and
Threatened it.
it came up as close where I actually took the knife out of my pocket, and I was like, okay, it's me or him.
Ah.
I was very ready. I was ready to kill that swan.
You couldn't just walk away, no? Did he
No,
corner
I
you?
was standing my ground. I was going to take it.
Standing your ground against a wild animal.
Yeah,
like.
no, like it's not what Moby Dick is about. Stand your ground. But
No.
Wasn't Moby Dick about like stop killing whales?
Yeah.
no, I think wasn't Moby Dick the whole moral of is that you can't take revenge on an animal. But I wasn't trying to get revenge on the swan. I was just like, I wasn't going to let the swan disrespect me like
self-defense,
that.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if the swan started, like,
You couldn't let someone
Like,
see you backing off
You
from a
can't,
swan.
you can't take your revenge against an animal. You definitely can.
no, you can't. You can't really.
If a bird tried to steal my
Well, they
food,
won't really
I'm
understand, but,
kicking
like,
that
you still
bird's
can.
ass.
Wasn't that what Jaws was kind of about as well?
I think
Well,
Jaws
Jaws
was eating
four,
shit,
well,
right?
yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
it's trying more eating kids and people. And
But
size.
yeah, I don't know, yeah. But like in Jaws, the shark was evil.
Yeah, oh, he's a
I
bastard.
think that
Yeah.
as the series progressed,
Like, but yeah,
They
like.
humanized him a bit more.
yeah.
I would never empathize with a fucking shark. They are disgusting
I never
animals. I
empathise-
They're
hate them.
amazing.
I
I
never
hate them.
empathize with any animal. Like people who go, oh,
What about dogs?
Dogs over humans. Fuck that.
Well,
No.
not dogs over humans, but you can empathize with a dog.
Not
'Cause they
really.
have
Can you
emotions.
not?
That's
Do you have a dog?
he likes killing
Yeah.
animals and he can't empathize with
Once
dogs.
I don't like killing animals.
He wants to kill animals and he can't empathize.
I don't.
With dogs.
I don't want to kill animals. I'm just aware of where my food comes from.
If you're not eating a dog.
Yeah, I think I might have a dog.
Oh yeah, you've told me
Yeah,
before.
I
Yeah.
met one. But like, I wouldn't eat a
leave
dog.
that
No, I wouldn't.
No need to go into that.
Yeah, I wouldn't knowingly eat a dog. But like,
Jeannie actually tricked me into eating a horse once.
yeah,
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
Horse,
I
that's
don't
very
know,
lean.
probably all day a horse.
I don't know. Well, yeah, sure, but I don't like the idea of eating a horse. Because
It's a horse.
I
Yeah.
like horses.
You can empathize with horses.
I can empathize with a horse. Yeah.
I don't see like my sisters won't eat lamb, and I was like,
Oh, lamb's so good.
and lamb's
I don't like lamb.
delicious, and I was like,
I don't like it.
and this is a kind of nonsense of where I'm only going to eat ugly looking animals. I'm not going to eat anything pretty.
The cuter the animal, the tastier the animal. Like, have you ever eaten rabbit?
That
I
means
have.
puppy must
Rabbit's
be
really
amazing.
good.
Yeah,
It's so sweet.
Um,
weird.
yeah,
I love
it's,
duck. I remember I didn't.
Yeah, duck's great.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I have to have you out for duck sometime. I make a good duck breast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
nice.
Ooh.
Very good duck breast.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cuter the animal. Have you ever eaten goat?
Goat.
No,
I had this someone
goats
tell me
aren't
there.
cute. Oh, so like she tastes like horse shit. According to your logic.
No, don't go take it. Well, I think it's cute. Like, do you ever see people who are like, oh, like, look how cute my snake is, and you're just like, all right, well, that's
I hope it
sizing up
eats
the
His
baby.
dead eyes, yeah, like black
exactly.
eyes.
Just looking at you,
Yeah.
going, "I'm gonna eat you one day."
Don't let Annie listen to this.
Uh,
We're all in trouble.
Oh, I'm from that. No, but I don't think. No, I think something like a snake. I couldn't. I could eat a snake. I can't empathize with a snake.
Yeah, I could
at
eat
all.
a snake. That wouldn't be hard.
Yeah, like and they look tasty as well. Like when you see them, like at like some sort of like Arizona barbecue or something like that.
A snake?
Yeah, did you ever see snake meat? It's real like flaky. It looks very tasty.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
At my sister's wedding, it was over in Italy, and they had all this kind of fish there. It looked like something out of Fear Factor. It looked like it was like prawns, and it looks all these like kind of small fish things, like, and we were kind of daring each other to eat it. But it wasn't as, they weren't as bad as, especially if they had a bit of mayonnaise with all these like disgusting looking fish things are actually quite nice. They're like little crabs as well, and like all this weird fish thing that they, obviously in the continent they drink or eat.
I ate snails in Paris.
I had frogs legs last summer. I was in Lanzarote.
You got frog in Lanzarote.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd combination.
Yeah.
It was like I think it might be in a French restaurant or something like this.
Ah, fair enough.
What did you make of frogs and snails?
Frogs was nice.
Yeah.
Snails were
Chicken.
chewy, but they were in a great sauce. And the reason I ate the snails was I ordered something that had fish in it, and I really don't like fish. So it was either switch with Jeannie and eat the snails or eat the fish. So I just was like, I'll eat
So
snails.
You'd rather
you
eat
pick-
snails than fish.
Absolutely. Oh man, I won't even let a fish finger into my house.
What?
I-
Into your house?
I
Like
can't stand fish.
Jeannie brings home like tuna, and like she's Italian, so she probably eats a lot of fish.
She actually doesn't. She loves fish, but like no.
You
I
don't
just-
let her.
You know,
Oh, it's
like,
not that I don't
God.
love it. It's just that like I
So
bitch about
deprived.
about it. That like it's not worth it. I guess.
Oh my god, fish
Do you
is
eat
lovely.
fish?
Yeah,
Oh,
all the
it's
time.
so
I try to
gross,
have
man.
it. I try to have it at least 3 times a week for dinner, and then I'll also have tuna like 2 or 3 times.
I don't like fish really anymore, but squid is great and tuna is great.
She's a big fan of squid as well.
It's really
But
good.
I've never had squid. No.
Calamari.
Bit cod. Cod's lovely.
Cod's
just don't
alright,
like
It
it.
doesn't taste like and do you know what? I used to never eat the scales. Scales are the best part now. Scales is what you want to be eating.
No.
Fry it.
My mum and dad used to give it to the dogs. So I was like, oh, apparently you can't eat it's fucking the best part.
Yeah. I wonder if it's good for you.
It is.
But it's-
As
yeah.
all the oils are all in the
Alright.
in the
That
skin.
makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
No, fish, I just, anything that comes out of the sea, I just can't eat. Can't even eat the soup, like a seaweed roll or something like that. I'm just like,
I don't
Sushi,
like
like-
sushi. No, sushi is disgusting.
I love sushi.
And there's vegetarian sushi is quite nice.
That defeats the purpose of sushi.
Yeah, well, like this the world we live in now. That you have vegetarian
I had
sushi.
sushi Saturday night and I wasn't right after it, but
Yeah,
it still tastes really good.
Yeah, because
It was worth it. I knew it would make me sick, but it was worth it.
Where did you get it? Did you buy it like in a shop or?
No,
did
it was
you
in
get
an all-you-can-eat restaurant.
Well, I wouldn't go into an all-you-can-eat restaurant.
No, it was Chinese. It was really good.
No,
I had a massive plate and then I had dessert and then I had sushi. So
Oh, that would fuck you up, all right. But I
yeah, by your combination that fucked you up there.
I
Yeah.
only seen the sushi after I got my dessert and I was like, okay, I have to go back.
don't like the
Can't eat
idea.
that.
I don't like the idea of all-you-can-eat restaurants. I do. I think
Yeah, because Ken was saying about a place, an all-you-can-eat restaurant.
it was out in Dublin,
Yeah,
Jimmy Jones or
City
something like
West,
that.
isn't it?
don't know.
I can't remember. I just don't like the idea because how long's that food sitting there and then
Oh
you
yeah, no, it's gonna be bad for you. And the hot plates definitely aren't hot enough to kill bacteria. It's just like a hotbed for bacteria.
and then you have people going up and like poking at it and stuff like that.
but
And
it's pretty
Yeah,
good food.
I know Ken's one was like it's all you can eat, and I think you pay €50 in, or €30 in, or somewhere in money, but you only have like a half an hour to eat.
Oh yeah, he was saying. So
And
you just fill yourself as
like
quickly
exactly,
as
it's
possible.
just like
That's
speed
just-
eating. It doesn't
it's
seem
speed
enjoyable.
eating.
Because you can get like a really good meal for €30 or €50 and enjoy it for like
Like,
an hour and a half.
I don't
2
know. I
hours.
like Nando's and it's €15, and I can I get my creamy mash. I get my fucking. I could get full chicken if I want. And I can sit there, and I can spend an hour eating it, and I can then order a caramel cheesecake.
do you know what I really like? Wagamama's.
Wagamama's never had it.
It's very good, man. Again, you're down there, you're not on time. Like, how can you enjoy a meal as you're looking at it?
You
Like,
can't.
I have to fill as much food as I can into
Yeah,
me
and
in
it's-
30 minutes. That's
Do you know what? I don't see this thing of people bragging about how much they've eaten as well. Like, I'd rather eat like something and enjoy something small, one thing something that's small and really enjoy it, than like a whole mountain of shite. I can't even remember half the things I had and what they taste like.
yeah. What's your favorite place? Where's your favorite place to eat besides Nando's?
Well, Nando's wouldn't even be like one of my favorite places to eat. It's kind of just where we go because it's chicken, something everyone will agree on.
Do you know I've never had chicken in Nando's?
Neither have I.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Never been there.
You've
Sorry,
never.
never been. That's different.
I went to Nando's and I was with a vegan and I just didn't want to listen to it, so I was like, I'll get something vegetarian.
You both went to
Vegan
Nando's.
went to Nando's.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know.
surrounded by people eating chicken, presumably.
Oh yeah, she was probably like, had a disapproval look. I don't know why we chose to go to Nando's, but she was like, "Oh, I think they have a vegan option." And I'm just like,
They do have it.
But you're
It's
still
called chips.
supporting a business that, kills
Basically,
animals. So
yeah.
why would you do that?
have you ever actually tried to go for a meal with a vegan?
No, never.
Yeah. I'm vegetarian.
Vegetarian's fine. I was a vegetarian for like 4 or 5 years, and that's
Shit.
great. But like, yeah.
You eat plants.
I
only.
yeah.
I thought you liked plants.
I do, yeah, but I still eat them. Yeah, I like animals. I still eat
Yeah.
them. But yeah, when you go out with a vegan, it's just so frustrating. It's just like, there's a waiter there and he's just trying to make a living, and then you have this asshole giving him shit over a glass of milk, and you're just like, man, just get over yourself, like. Yeah.
No, it's really good place for food if you're ever in Dublin.
Where?
PYG.
I've never been.
It's for nachos alone. They do have a fucking savage pulled pork burger.
I love a bit of pulled pork.
Yeah, but the nachos, like, you'd nearly go on. You need to share the nachos. They're that big. So get your pulled pork burger and just get the large nachos to share, and like it's really good.
I have an idea for vegans. You can turn it into a game show. Is you just get a load of vegans, you put them somewhere, and the only thing, you know, the only source of nourishment or food is meat, and see how long it takes them to crack. Because if you put a vegan somewhere in the world where, you know, they didn't have a vegan option and it was, you know, eat it or starve, they're gonna eat it.
Well, that's not really like. There's nothing wrong with that. Like it's self-preservation.
It's day 10 of Kill a Vegan. None of the vegans have eaten the lamb chops.
It is, like, I'm not saying like it's gonna be gross here. It'd be like, a Mongolian barbecue or something like that, like really good. Just some chef there, there's glazing meat and thrown on the barbecue, and a lot of vegans just there, and I was like, yeah, this looks good, doesn't it? You bunch of pussies, doesn't it? Like, you know, like I don't know.
I pretend to be a vegan just so I could
remember
get sent to an island full of
yeah, me too.
barbecue.
I remember
why did you pretend to be a vegan?
If it meant I could get onto an island full of barbecue, why wouldn't I?
Oh yeah, same. Yeah, I tell you that'd be a lot of people's reasons for going on the game show.
Yeah. And in fairness, if you got a really, really good feed out of it, like, I remember there was a place in town
holiday.
they used to do like roast pig on a stick.
I've had pig,
Yeah.
it's good. I don't like what's that, the crackle stuff that comes off it.
Oh, the fat that they like fry or whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that, but the meat itself,
That's pretty good. I like the crackle.
Yeah,
I didn't really like it.
Great.
But pig in a spit is so good.
Yeah.
I always feel like you know, chicken comes out of the oven and the chicken is just like really crispy and fresh.
Yeah, I always
like
eat the skin because none of my family like it, so I just get to peel off the skin and eat that.
Yeah.
Do you ever use when you roast chicken and then you use all the fat to roast potatoes in?
Yeah,
That's a game changer.
Coke as well. Put some Coke in there.
Really?
Yeah.
To roast potatoes?
Yeah, well,
Really?
it doesn't matter.
Fucking cook over here.
Yeah.
They tell me I had to make fucking tomato sauce.
What's that?
Apparently so. But
Oh
yeah,
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 tomato
yeah.
sauce, just tomatoes and sugar.
Well, yeah. Not
Stir it
tomatoes and water in a blender.
No.
I'm sorry, but your Italian girlfriend said that's a good idea.
No, she did not.
She did.
I'll ring her now.
Yeah, there's no way. How would that ever work?
Yeah.
Did it work?
No.
No.
I put it
It's
in.
just tomato smoothie, like.
Because you do add water and you do add tomatoes when you're making spaghetti bolognese.
Wine as well.
Yeah.
It's important.
Yeah, exactly.
Onions. But you boil it.
Well,
as
I don't
like.
put wine in, but like
No?
no,
A little bit of wine in it,
A
nice.
stock cube in when you're sauteing the onions and stuff like that, and then you add your sauce and you add your garlic and you add your herbs.
You simmer it though. You can't put it in a blender.
No, but like, you know,
But you didn't have any tomatoes. That was the whole problem,
I
right?
made chili con carne with any chili powder, so like you have to sometimes
That's just spaghetti bolognese with
No.
beans.
They're two completely different things.
Can we do a Shite Talk podcast, like cooking special?
Cooking special. We should definitely do a talk podcast cooking special.
We definitely should, and we should bring like stuff we cooked.
Man, I always thought there like
we should film it, like. and
well,
then
yeah,
bring some people
obviously,
from
it
the
would definitely
gym.
wouldn't work fucking audio. But I was gonna like get all these like fucking master chefs where you get chefs and they get judged by Michelin star refs or Michelin star cooks.
Mark P. White and the lads.
Yeah. You should get people who are fucking useless at cooking
Punters, like.
to do that. And basically, they have to make their best, whatever their best is, whatever they can do, rather be beans and toast or whatever. And they have to cook like a meal and then present it to Michelin star chefs.
That's it. That's a good idea.
What about Michelin star chefs making stuff for just?
Can you just hold
Random
a
person.
little bit?
Sorry.
Yeah.
What about Michelin star chefs making stuff for just regular people? And they have to
Like
rate it?
making chicken dippers and chips and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They have
Beans
to-
and
I think
toast.
Marco Pierre White. I've been watching a lot of Marco Pierre White videos on YouTube lately.
I never knew he was an influencer.
He was like trying to make like fish fingers that I'd never eat, but like chicken goujons and like because he is a Michelin star chef.
Making chicken goujons.
Yeah, and he looks so good, man.
Shit.
Hey, check it out. He does a lot of videos for Nor, I think now. Like, he's making a lot of money off that.
He actually invented those stock cubes.
I don't think he invented them.
But he was part of it because he got shit for using them in his restaurants, and he said something about why waste good food or something like that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but I think like Marco Pierre White stood back from the kind of the French fine dining side of cooking, which is like, I'm just gonna start making like stuff with Nor.
What's your man, Jamie Oliver?
I don't like Jamie Oliver. Gives me the willies.
He. Okay, we'll come back to that. He does a good pizza recipe using a frying pan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he makes the base, real thin base, and he puts it in a frying pan, and he has all his toppings on it. Yeah, and it cooks properly. Looks nice.
Gordon Ramsay has some pretty good YouTube videos on how to cook like really good simple food. Like I got a pulled pork recipe off him. It takes like 8 hours to cook, but like it's so easy.
Do you ever see the video of him going like diving under the ice for crabs, and there's just a sea of crabs on the floor? It scares the shit out of me. I can't watch that video.
No,
it's terrifying. Crabs terrify me. I'll just put that out there. I'm really scared of crabs.
Really?
Honestly, yeah.
This kind of mean swans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So would you have any qualms killing a crab?
I could kill whatever crab you put in front of me. I don't care.
I think we should get that. That should be a challenge. We'll get. Can we kill?
Crab.
Yeah. Can we?
But like,
can we kill a crab?
But
like,
I'd rather not.
On the podcast.
I don't like live crabs.
Sure.
I couldn't.
No, but like
They scare the shit out of me.
Spencer can't have any weapons or shoes on.
No.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm not doing that.
You're a world champion in jiu-jitsu.
I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Come on,
I'm not fighting crabs. They scare me too much. Honest to God.
Junior world champion versus crab.
That's it. Like who
I can't fight a
wins?
crab. What am I supposed to do?
I've
I
fight
can't
it. I don't know. It's
get
up to
behind
yourself.
them. They're too quick.
It's up to yourself. It's up to yourself.
Okay, well, we'll do it in the gym. You just release
You're a world
crab.
champion fighter, man.
What
You
do crabs
go on.
attack? Because the crab might not want to attack me, and then it's kind of
Well,
one-sided.
then you're on to a winning star.
No, I kind of feel like
Put like sauce on my
because
feet.
what are
someone
you? You're like
chases me,
6'2".
I guess.
Yes.
I'm at a disadvantage because I have so much further to reach down to get him.
No,
Yeah,
you can
but no,
stamp
I
on
think
it.
because you can stamp on it. So I think we should it should be you against like
If someone's waiting,
10 to 15 crabs.
What? That would
Yeah.
be killed. That
Or
would be
I do think
slaughter.
it should be in a small pool of water as well.
I
Yeah.
don't think I could win a fight against a crab. I swear to God.
what about 10 crabs?
10 crabs. No, I'm 10 times more likely to lose.
But in like 2
Or maybe
foot
your
of
back's
water.
up against a wall. You'll like.
If my back's up against the wall, I'll take a crab, but only if I had to.
Well, you could pick it up and
But
Well,
no,
it's
but the problem is, how do I pick it up? They've got claws. They pinch me.
you have to get around. You have to be quick.
But I'm not quick.
As far as I know, crabs don't move that fast.
Yeah.
They move fast enough to scare
They
me.
go
You have a
sideways.
giant brain compared to it, so use that.
With giant
Smash
brain-
them with your head.
I couldn't fight a crab. I really couldn't. If you put me in a room with a crab, I'd probably run out. I wouldn't even face it.
What about a rat? Could you fight a rat?
I don't care rats. I could pet a rat.
Oh, I had a pet rat one session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, you were
Like, I
saying,
don't
yeah.
mind them.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
But I could kill a crab if you tied its claws together, and I didn't have to. If I didn't have to deal with the.
Well,
fact
that's
of the
not
crab.
fair. That's taking it down.
Yeah, I know. They keep that.
But I'd cook it as well.
There you go.
I wouldn't waste it. But I'd be happy to eat a crab because I hate them that much.
Crab's not bad.
Yeah, crab isn't bad.
I've never had
Crab's
it.
bad, yeah.
Yeah.
I was strictly eating crab there like last year.
Jeannie can trick you really easily. Apparently,
Yeah, she can, yeah. Yeah.
it's not hard.
Yeah.
Maybe her mum's right.
It's like a toddler, you know, when you're trying to get them to take their medicine. She just has her ways of tricking you into doing things like I didn't want to give up smoking, and you know now I don't smoke anymore. I don't know how she got me to do it.
Jesus, that's really
Yeah,
hard to
that's
give up.
very
So like
impressive.
that's it is
Well,
impressive.
actually, I do. She took me to a village in Italy.
I said I'm leaving you here if you don't stop.
No,
smoking."
no. Took my cigarettes, threw them away. I was like, "You're stuck here, and you don't speak any Italian, and there's no shops around, so have fun detoxing."
Holy shit!
Yeah, my
How'd
God,
you find it?
that's really good.
Oh, it was horrible. It was like I was getting like nosebleeds and
Holy
like,
shit.
I like went into like well, nicotine's like hard to withdraw from, and
Yeah, fair enough.
yeah, like I was really, and I was meeting her family for the first time as well. So that was a hard 2 weeks, but
Wow.
I don't smoke anymore.
When
know?
you came back, you just didn't pick it up.
Well, after the hell I went through for 2 weeks, it's just like it's not worth it anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's probably better off. I always see young people smoking. Go like, why?
Do you know what I don't?
'Cause it's
I don't we had I do see guys, young guys like teenagers, like just 16, smoking vapes.
Yeah, I know a guy who he actually just starts smoking vapes instead of cigarettes. Which I guess if you had to start one, it's probably starting better with
But
vape.
what's the point? Were
Yeah, why would you start?
vapes not like used for getting people to quit smoking
Yeah.
actual
Yeah,
cigarettes?
yeah.
Like get people onto.
But like,
cigarettes.
I think people like the smell of them first of all, and then
I think they're so obnoxious.
yeah,
big time.
Yeah, yeah. Joe and someone's there.
Chew
And
bubble gum.
No, I don't mind. Like, definitely, when you work with like a load of people who smoke and they all suddenly go into vapes, your life's a lot better.
Does that happen to you?
Fair.
I get people who vape and smoke as well. And when you get into the van after smoking, they smell. But when you they smell like strawberries. You're like, that's pretty good.
My brother is a smoker, and he was like, "I'm going on the vape," and I was like, "Okay." And then he would smoke the vape between cigarettes. I was like, "All right."
That's not vaping.
Yeah, I was like, "Okay, well, you're really upping the nicotine intake there." Like,
there's a guy in one of the places that I work. There's a guy who goes around in a forklift, and before he'd go around with a cigarette in his mouth, now he goes around just a vape, and it never leaves his mouth. So he used to get out and have a non-cigarette here and there. Now the vape might as well be glued to his face.
yeah, and I don't know. Those things are not good for you.
They're not good. They're not as bad as cigarettes, but they're definitely not.
But I think they're going to have another effect on the body that, because they've only been around maybe 10 years.
Yeah, they're only going through
It's a trial error at the moment. So
yeah,
I think they'll have some, like, they'll go, well, like
that moisture on their lungs can't be good for her.
Yeah, exactly. Or they're going to have some nasty side effects.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that works out. So yeah, just stop the vape.
Yeah, just don't smoke, kids.
Yeah, just don't smoke, kids. Stay in school.
Yeah.
Go to college.
I think we might leave it there, guys. That's an hour and a half done.
That was a good hour and a half. Thanks for having us, Mark.
I don't think we can call it a comic book podcast.
That was pure shy talk.
Yeah, it was pure shy
yeah.
talk. That was other
Lived up to the name.
Yeah, really did. But
impressive.
I thought we were going to do about comic books, but we started off and look where we ended up.
Look, talking about vapes and killing swans.
Shit happens.
Shit happens, yeah.
Good to have you on, and I'll be back next Thursday.